we can take up some names and then I'll be explaining connecting that with the Vedantic import. Stirakstanu praburbhimah pravaro varado varaha sarvatma sarvavikyatak sarvak sarvakaro bhavaha. Stiraha. So Stiraha, he starts off, Upamanyu Maharshi starts off by saying Stiraha. Stira means one who is perennial, one who is everlasting. We cannot even say long lasting for Lord Shiva because he is everlasting. There was not a time when Mahadeva was not present, and he was present during the past, present and future. There was not a time he was not present. Brahma Vishnu Indra Munayor Janma Mrityu Jaraditaha, Matsya Puranam, 154th chapter, 179th verse. When Parvati Mata was actually asked by the sages, why don't why are you, what makes you to get attracted to Lord Shiva? Why don't you get married to Agni or Indra or Shripati, that is Vishnu, or Brahma is also there. They are more attractive when compared to Lord Shiva. Why don't you get married to them? And then Parashakti replies, Brahma Vishnu Indra Munayor Janma Mrityu Jaraditaha. So, the personalities that you talk about, the rishis, Brahma, Vishnu, Indra, are bound by, and also the munis, and also you rishis, she also includes the rishis, Janma Mrityu Jaraditaha. You are bound by birth, old age, disease and death. All the personalities including Brahma, Narayana and Indra are bound by birth, old age, disease and death. Whereas I want to get married to the eternal, imperishable, one who doesn't have birth, Ajaya Mano Bahuda Vijayate, who is eternal, who is everlasting, who has been present at any time, and that is Lord Shiva alone. And even these personalities get Aishwaryam. Aishwarya comes from the root word Ishvara. These personalities get Aishwaryam from Lord Shiva alone. Brahma, Vishnu and Indra get Aishwaryam from Lord Shiva alone. Another place in the Padma Purana, Patala Kanda, 108th chapter, 70th verse. So there it says the age of Brahma and Vishnu is described. So Brahma's age is described as actually the 4 inhalings of Vishnu. Okay, so does Vishnu have an age? Yes. So that's what the 70th verse says. Chatur Nishvasa Matrena Vishnor Ayur Udahrutam. Chatur Nishvasa, 4 inhalings of Maheshwara is the entire Vishnor Ayur. Ayu means life and Vishnor, the Ayur Udahrutam. So the 4 inhalings of Maheshwara is the entire life of Vishnu. So one Vishnu comes and goes for every 4 inhalings of Mahadeva or Samba Shiva. So I quoted these things because Stiraha, the very first word itself says Stiraha, who is perennial, who is everlasting. There was none before him and he has been there during the past, present and future. There was none before him. There was nothing Purvam to Mahadeva. Purvajayacha Parajayacha, Rudram says. So he is everlasting, eternal. He alone is eternal. Paramashiva, when we say Paramashiva, Parashakti also comes. Parashakti and Paramashiva are eternal. Not Brahma, Vishnu or Indra. Stanu, the next name actually, who is the axis? Who is the axis of the entire universe? Stanu means immovable. Arunachala, this reminds me of Arunachala. Achala means mountain, Arunachala. Mahadeva appeared as an Agni Stamba in the Kshetram of Arunachala to destroy the ego of Brahma and Vishnu when they were fighting in ignorance on supremacy. He appeared as an Agni Stamba and Brahma went in search of the beginning of Lord Shiva and Vishnu went in search of the end of Mahadeva. They were not able to find. So immovable, he appeared as an immovable Agni Stamba. That's what Stanu means, who is the axis of the world. So the Kartik month is also coming up in November, Margashirsha. That's when Mahadeva appeared as an Agni Stamba in Tiruvannamalai and then he crushed the ego of Brahma and Vishnu. So they usually show the Deepam in the TV and flocks and flocks of people. Now it is COVID, but usually they will not be able to manage the crowd in Tiruvannamalai during the month of Kartik. And then Prabhu, very interesting word. Third name of Lord Shiva is Prabhu. Prabhu is actually comes in the various Upanishads. Shvetashvatara Upanishad, Mahanarayana Upanishad, Kaivalya Upanishad, Uma Sahayam, Parameshwaram, Prabhum. Brihajjabala Upanishad, Trinetram, Trigunadaram, Trayanam, Janakam, Prabhum, Smaran Namashivayeti, Lalate Tat Tripundrakam. Prabhu means the Supreme Lord, the Lord of the universe. So, very specific word used in the Shvetashvatara Upanishad says, Sarvendriya Gunabhasam, Sarvendriya Vivarjitam, Sarvasya Prabhum Ishanam. The ultimate ruler who is also the Lord of the universe is present in the heart of all the living entities. Mahanarayana Upanishad, Angushta Matraha, Purusho, Angushtam Cha Samashritaha, Ishaha Sarvasya Jagataha, Prabhuhu, Prinato Vishwabhuk. Angushta Matraha, he is present in the, which means that he is present in the size of the thumb, in the heart of all the living entities. Ishaha Sarvasya Jagataha, Prabhu means the Lord. So this word is used very often for Lord Shiva in the Upanishads. And then Prabhu, Bhima, Ugraya cha Bhimaya cha namo, Agre vadaya cha dhure vadaya cha namo. 8th Anuvakam, Bhima, Ugra. He is fierce. When Mahadeva's partial Amsha, Veerabhadra and Kalabhairava, they are fierce in forms. He is fierce towards the people who disturbs his devotees. Mahadeva is fierce towards people who disturb his devotees. But Mahadeva is also has a Saumya Rupa. For example, he appeared as Sharabha, very fierce form. Even Narasimha could not withstand that. To destroy the Ahankara of Narasimha, he appeared as Sharabha in that fierce form. Pravaro Varado Varaha. Pravaro. Pravara means one who is very, very special. Because, why he is special? Sarvabhutastam Atmanam Sarvabhutani cha Atmani Sampashyan Brahma Paramam Yati Nanyena Hetuna. So he is present. Sarvabhutastam Atmanam, Kaivalya Upanishad says. So he is present in the heart of all the living entities. Sarvabhutani cha Atmani. At the same time, all the living entities are present as his part and parcels. So that's what. And then he has a relationship. Every Jivatma has an eternal relationship with that Paramatma. That is Samba Shiva. So that's why he is very, very special. Varado Varaha. Varado. Who gives boons. Who is ready to give any boon that a Jiva wants. Even if the Jivatma wants actually to attain the post of Brahma, Vishnu or Indra, Mahadeva is ready to give that. He comes to Nandi and asks, oh Nandi, what do you want? Do you want, 213th chapter of Varaha Puranam says that, do you want actually the Aishwaryam, or do you want Swarga, or do you want the Ashtasiddhi? And also, do you want Brahma, do you want to become Brahma or Vishnu or Indra? Brahmatvam, Lokapalatvam, Shakratvam. 213th chapter of the Varaha Purana. So he says that. And likewise, he says the same things to Upamanyu and also Andaka in many, many places. So he is ready to give any boon that the Jiva wants. But at the end of the day, the only thing that is eternal is Mahadeva. If you ask for anything else that is perishable, there is no point at the end of the day. There is no point. So, one should aspire only to attain the feet of Mahadeva. Varaha. Varaha means one who is spread everywhere. One who spreads, one who is all pervading. Sarvo vai rudrastasmai rudraya namo astu, the Vedanta says. And then Sarvatma. The next name is Sarvatma. So, Sarvatma means one who is Atma. Sarva means everything, and the Atma means the soul of every being. Sarvatma. So, the Antaryami, he is described as the Antaratma of the entire universe and also the Antaratma of all the Jivas. You have seen that. Angushtamatra Purushontaratma Sadajananam Hridaye Sannivishtaha Hridamanisha Manasa Viklipto Ya Etat Vidurumritaste Bhavanti. He resides in the size of a thumb in the heart of all the living entities, and also he is in the heart of the Devas too. Deva Nagum Hridayebhyo Namo Vikshinakebhyo Namo Vichinvatkebhyo Nama Anirhatebhyo Nama Ami Vatkebhyaha. 9th Anuvakam of Rudram ends by saying Deva Nagam Hridayebhyo. He is in the heart of all the living, and he is in the heart of all the Devas too. स्तुतिश्रुतं गर्तसदं युवानं मृगण्ण भीममुपहत्नुमुग्रं मृडाचरित्रे रुद्रस्तवानो अन्यन्ते अस्मिन्निव पन्तु सेनाः. He resides in the recesses of the heart of all the living entities. And also he is described as Patim Vishwasyatmeshwaragam. He is present in the Upanishads. So we saw he is very special, right? So that's one of the names. Pravaro. Pravaro means he is very special. Because he is the Lord of the universe and he has relationship with every Jivatma. So Sarvatma, who is the soul of every being. And also, it also describes, the Upanishads go on to describe where does he reside actually. Padmakosha pratikashakam hridayam chapyato mukam ado nishtyavidasyante nabhyamuparitishthati. Nabhya, ado nishtya, nishtya means larynx, below the larynx, and nabhyamuparitishthati, he is above the navel and below the larynx, he is present in that place near the heart. Jwalamala kulambati, very beautifully it describes. We'll be seeing, I'm going to relate that, how is he present in the heart of all the living entities with another name that is present, that is going to come. Sarvatma, so he is present as the soul of the universe. Vishvatma, he is also present as the soul of the universe, and also he is present as the soul of every being, and also the devas like Brahma, Narayana and Indra. Sarva Vikyata, who is famous everywhere. So the reason is that, he is the giver of Aishwarya. He is the supreme reality, that is one thing. And also he is described as the giver of Aishwarya to everybody, including the Devas. Rigvedam, 5th canto, 3rd chapter, 3rd verse says, Tavashriye maruto marjayanta rudrayatte janima charuchitram padam yad vishnor upamam nidayi tenapasi guhyam namagonam. As we have discussed many times, every Vedic verse should be understood with a supporting fact from the Smritis. So, for this verse basically says Vishnu acquired Vaikunta, the post of being Vishnu, by engaging in Shiva Bhakti. And the Upabrahmanam for this is present in the Parashara Upapuranam, 16th chapter, 14, 15 and 16 verses. Dadati sarva jantunam achiradeva sattama raudram lingam mahavishnur bhaktya shuddham shilamayam charuchitram samavyarchya labdavan paramam padam yacha lakshmik samakyata mahavishnushcha vallabha yasya lingam samavyarchya sampujyah sarvachetanehi. Brahma acquired Saraswati, Indra acquired Indrani, Narayana acquired Lakshmi by engaging in Shiva Bhakti. Brahma acquired Brahmaloka, Indra acquired Swarga, Vishnu acquired the post of being Vaikuntapati, being Vishnu, by engaging in unflinching devotion to Mahadeva, by worshipping the Shiva Linga, doing Shiva Linga Upasana and meditating on the form of Mahadeva. So that's why Sarva Vikyata means he is he is famous everywhere. He is the most famous. He is the giver of Aishwarya to everybody. He also gives Aishwarya to Kubera, right? And then Sarva Vikyata, Sarvak Sarvakaro Bhavaha, Sarvak, the next name, 10th name, Sarvo Vai Rudrastasmai Rudraya Namo Asto Purusho Vai Rudrasanmaho Namo Namaha. Sarvo Vai Rudraha, Mahadeva is present as everything. Purusho Vai Rudraha. With this only the Purusha Suktam states Purusha evedagam sarvam. So the Veda Purusha is present as everything. So who is that Veda Purusha? Who is that Sarva? Who is actually present as everything? That's what the answer comes. The Upanishad itself gives the answer. Purusho Vai Rudraha, Sarvo Vai Rudraha. So like it is stated as A is equal to C in Purusha Suktam. And then Mahanarayana Upanishads states that who is that personality who is present as everything and who is actually that Veda Purusha. So A is equal to B, that is Purusho Vai Rudraha. B is equal to C is Sarvo Vai Rudraha. So from this we can understand that Mahadeva is that supreme Purusha and the Tatparyam of Purusha Suktam, and also who is present as everything. So Sarvak, that's what it says. So he is present as everything, and also he is present beyond the universe. Vishwadipo. Yo devanam prabhavaschodbhavascha Vishwadipo Rudro Maharshihi. It's present in Parakailasha, eternally being served by millions and millions of Jivatmas, Mukta Jivas. Sarvakaro Bhavaha. Sarvakaro, the next name. Sarvakaro, the one who does all actions. So Sarvakaro, Karya means actions. So he is the doer of 5 actions. We know that: creation, maintenance, destruction, putting the jivas into illusion, and then giving grace, liberation. Pancha Krityaniyantaram, Pancha Brahmatmakam Brigat, Pancha Brahmopa Samharam Krutva Swatmani Samstitaha, Pancha Brahmopanishad. So he is the doer of 5 actions, and then after doing the 5 actions, he alone exists. Krutva Swatmani Samstitaha, he alone who exists even after engaging in doing all those 5 actions. After destruction, he only exists. And then there is another reference, Katarudra Upanishad, which is also one of the oldest Upanishads, quoted by even Adi Shankara in his one of the Bhashyams. So Katarudra Upanishad says Pancha Krityeshwara. These attributes actually the 5 activities. Pancha Kritya Ishvara, the Lord. Ishvara means the Lord of 5 actions. You are the Lord of 5 actions. Oh Mahadeva, Katarudra Upanishad states that. So that is about Sarvakaro. And then Bhavaha Namo Bhavaya cha Rudraya cha Namak Sharvaya cha Pashupataye cha Namo. Bhava, 5th Anuvakam of Rudram, starts off by saying Bhava, who is the cause of creation. That 4 names itself talks about, again, since I talked about the 5 activities, the 5th Anuvakam of Rudram, the first 4 names itself describe about the 5 activities of Lord Shiva. Bhavaya cha, Rudraya cha. Rudra means one who removes all the sorrows, one who is the giver of, liberation. Sharvaya cha, Sharma means the destroyer, destruction. Pashupataye, so Pashupati also can be understood as putting, that is Tirobhavam. Also it is actually, he is the protector of all the Pashus. So creation, maintenance, destruction, putting the jivas into illusion and giving grace. All these 5 activities are covered in these 4 names, first 4 names of the 5th Anuvakam of Rudram. So it starts off with Bhava. So Bhava means who is the source of everything and cause of creation. Who is the Mula? Mula means the cause, ultimate cause. He doesn't have a cause. Karanam, Karananam, Dhyata, Karanam tu Dhyeyaha. The cause of all causes should be meditated upon. That is Mahadeva alone. Atharva Shika Upanishad states that. And then Bhava reminds me of another thing. Sadhyo jatam prapadhyami sadhyo jataya vai namo namaha bhave bhave nati bhave bhavaswamam bhavodbhavaya namaha. Sadhyo jata mantra says that. Sadhyo jata is the mukha, one of the faces of Lord Shiva. Sadhyo jata Vamadeva Agora Tatpurusha Ishana. So the Upanishad glorifies Sadhyo jata and it says bhave bhave nati bhave. Now Bhava means actually the creation, right? The cause of creation. Mahadeva is the cause of creation. So don't create me again. Don't put me into this repeated cycles of birth and death again, O Mahadeva. Nati bhave. Nati. Nati means don't. Don't put me into this samsara. Bhavasyamam bhavodbhavaya namaha. O Bhava, don't put me into repeated cycles of birth and death. So it's like we can understand, in O Bhava, don't put me into Bhava. So like Bhava means another name of Lord Shiva. Another meaning is that Bhava means actually the Bhavasagaram. So don't put me into that. So give me mukti, Trembakam yajamahe. So that's another thing. So Bhava. So that's about the first verse